All right, guys. How are we all doing today? It's reset day. Or at least it is for half of you. Who we got in here? We've got Rick over on Twitch. Good morning. If it's going to work right. And UB over on Twitch again as well. God, you guys just keep coming back. And Christian, wasn't you just in Ian's stream? Ian stream? It was all watching earlier. Good morning, afternoon, should I say? Oh, is it? It is afternoon. I didn't even realise. We're at 2:30. You are 100% correct. 2:30 in the UK at least, anyway. Still very early for the Americans, and that's basically what I'm basically just killing time because we've got reset soon, and I can't do a lot before reset. There's going to be loads of jobs to do once reset hits, but for now, we will just grab some crafting data off the PTR, sorry, on the bottom. We'll carry on farming in the top left for the 0 to gold cap challenge, which is really pushing on now. That's going to be hitting. That is going to hit 10 million gold. Nottingham based. That's just down the road from me. That's probably like an hour from me, I think. Maybe a little bit more. Jace is here as well, again. How's it going, Jace? You been feeling okay in yourself? Yes, I was. I follow you both. Oh, that's nice. Is his stream finished now then? I watched most of it, but, you know, I had to get ready for my own then as well. So I've got a feeling that this warlock might die today because we're going into Westfall. And like we said, I'm not the best player in the world. Right, this guy, he's just crafting some gems to get me some numbers for some gems, basically. So that's so we're going to craft 100 and we're going to see what we get out of it. And we've got all the right tools and stuff. We'll just see how it goes. See how it goes. Start getting some more numbers together before, you know, before the bountiful season kicks in. And then we have to get all the numbers again. But, you know, we can see what gem crafting looks like. I don't think it's going to be amazing, considering everyone's doing concentration builds on it. That might be partially my fault. But we'll see. We'll see what the numbers look like. See what the numbers look like. Oh, there's more of you guys pouring in. Very familiar names. Good morning to you all. Good morning, good afternoon. Whether you're US or EU. Afternoon if you're US. Good morning if you're no. Good morning if you're US. Good afternoon if you're you know, if you're in the EU, right? These are orange quests already. I'm so going to die here, aren't I? Do we go to... Should get the Void Walker, really, but, you know, what's the point in having a tank? You just started in time for the reset. Yeah, I know. So we've got reset coming in, like, what? About 30 minutes. So, I might have to just pop over and do some stuff on the US, on the EU for a little while the reset takes place. It says it's an hour, but it's not usually that long. But then once the actual reset itself is done, I've got loads of jobs to do. So asking you. So yeah, we'll hopefully the reset will be quite quick today. I know that's like a joke. If you play on both EU and the US, then the server downtime on the US is just an absolute joke compared to the EU. Like EU probably has what 25% of the server downtime that the US has. Right, is this going to be another one of those things where? Right. So a tip from you guys the other day. Interface. Oh God, this. There we go. Graphics. Get rid of the graphics. Yeah, that didn't really help this time. A little bit. 20-minute debuff. That's classic WoW all over, isn't it? 20-minute debuff. That reduces your life by 10%. Yeah, we quit around 40 minutes ago. Do you know how prospecting is today? I've not looked at it today. I've not looked at it in a while, to be honest. Since I did the video about it, I've not really gone back to it. But I am potentially looking at doing something else with it. I want to see how it all comes together. Right, so how many of these did we get? How many masterful gems did we get? We got 135 with some change of materials left over. Yeah, so I don't know what prospecting is looking like today because I can't even look, because I haven't even got a character that's got auction house. So you should just pop outside and have a look, seeing as all I'm doing is killing stuff in classic, isn't it? Sneak past these, maybe not. Oh, as usual, I'm just pulling the whole zone to me, at least the one shots. Where's my pet? Let's have a look. Let's pull the. I've not even got the sheet open at the moment. Let's have a look. See how prospecting is doing today. If the sheet ever opens. We do need to be on that. I'm dying somewhere. I'm dying on hardcore. Oh God, he's chugging away at my imp. That imp really isn't a tank, is it? Right. Let's get you back up. So why did it not open my other spreadsheet? Right, there we go. That only took like 10 minutes. Right, so we need some numbers. I'll tell you what, let's move down there a little bit before I die. So bismuth. Can I not identify bismuth today? Oh, can I not even click on bismuth today? Right, we're looking at 10.27, 10.34, 10.27. Actually, I'm not even going to check the bismuth because it's terrible. We know that's. I haven't even got it on the thing anymore because I know it's so bad. So rank 1 is really about 8 gold. Rank 2 is about 8.46. Rank 3 is about 10.5. You can see how much the prices have changed since last time I checked this, can't you? They've all just come flying down. Right, 7.98. So like 8.27. 10.89. And then we need the price of the other stuff. So we need the gems and stuff like that. So if we say filter current ambers are 2.08. Seeing as we're just selling these, I'm just gonna 50.47. 52.88. See the price on those gems that I had before, 120. See how much that's come down since last time. Right, onyx, 54.2. Sapphire, 54.3. Oh, I've done them the wrong way around. The wrong way around. Sapphire's 54.3. Hey, what am I doing here? Right, emerald. What's the emerald at? 50.47. So I just couldn't read earlier. That's fine. Glass is at what? 22.4. You know, prospecting is one of the worst ones to do this for because there's so much. Handful of pebbles. 0.5 for what it's worth. Crushed gems. 30. 30. 76.8. Prospecting. You can get nearly, for 10,000 ore this is, you can get nearly 9,000 profit after auction house cut on rank 2. But the rest of it is like, looks like the rank 2 is the best to do at the moment. But that's just assuming you sell everything. Obviously, if you put it into other stuff, then the profit margins are going to be better than that. But that basically sums up prospecting at the moment, doesn't it? Since the changes, like those handful of pebbles were going for like nearly 200 gold at times, and now they're 50 silver. Right, you can go back up here, kill him. Right. And anyone said out in chat in the meantime, right. Fine, thanks. Good, Jace. Good. Yeah, quick. Prospecting has been decent, but you need to transform a lot of things for better profit. Yeah, as we saw there, if you're just selling stuff, then you really need to be doing something with it. It's just the first part of the process, basically. Hello, how profitable is cooking at the moment in retail? It's it was okay last time I looked at it, but I've not looked at it in a little while. And it was okay because basically you just buy up the basic stuff and turn it into more complex stuff and sell that. That's basically what I was doing. Anyway, afternoon teacher. Oh, we know who's back, don't we, from Brazil? I hope you've got nicer weather than we have today. Prospecting on US right now, lolly. Well, I hope your numbers are better than what my spreadsheet says it's going to be. But at least got all the promotion things, the Mountain Dew troll, and now the Discord one. Yeah, they're just firing out those promotions at the moment, aren't they? Have you seen those screenshots or photos where people have just like dumped loads of the Mountain Dew and just put like free to whoever wants, basically? because people are just buying it for the codes. They're not actually just buying it for the codes for the mounts and stuff like that, and they don't actually care about the drink. It's just like, can you imagine that, saying that to somebody like in a third world country? Yeah, we're buying all this food and drink, but we're dumping that. All we want is the code to get a mount in a game. It's like a proper first world problem, isn't it? Drinking Mountain Dew is not worth the items. Never had it, so I don't know, to be honest. So I don't think I've had it. It's been a long time if I have had it. It's been a long time. Right, this guy. I think I may need to get that. I may need to go and get the Void Walker, because these guys are just chugging on my life now. Having max multi biocraft for the gem dust is really helpful. Yeah, I've got that as well on mine, but I've not put that into my sheet. I've just literally put the that for now. It makes the complications much more. It makes the calculations much more complicated if you start doing that to it as well. It's why I never did one for the Exquisite Weaver Cloth Bolt Shuffle that I did before as well, because it just turns into really complicated calculations basically. Yokai Chat, recently just watching your videos and wanting to ask if you had figured out a decent way of using rank 1 crystals yet. Not really. That's why they tend to be dirt cheap on the auction house. Because what's happening is loads of people are doing the enchanting shuffle for the Artisan's Acuity, and then they've got all these crystals left over at rank 1 and just dump them on there for anything. And I know that because, you know, I'm doing the same thing. And when people are trying to get more skill, one of the best ways to do it is just to use a higher rank in that rather than something like Dust, which is, you know, harder to get, more expensive to get a higher rank, should we say. Oh, stop wondering. Server shut down in 15 minutes. Well, we knew it weren't going to last long. Right. Hopefully I can just kill a few more mobs and I'll just half-stone at the end. Bismuth is mad cheap today. Yeah, I need to go back and get more numbers on it, but when I checked Bismuth before, it wasn't even close to being break even after the changes. And the prices on the pebbles and the glass that you mostly got from it have gone down even more. So I can't imagine that the situation's improved at all. I started on my journey to making gold. I'm negative. Well, how are you negative at the start? Because to start, you need to farm. And you can't lose gold farming. So what have you been doing to get yourself into the negative? Right, just a second. Actually, you can... It's fine. You can come off there. We're almost summer here, so the weather is good. Oh, that's nice for you. Send some of it over here. Really. There's a way to get all these things automated with just a few clicks. I can show you that sheet that uses that if you want. If you mean like taking the data directly, if you've got a way where you can do it like when you do what you just saw there with me, where you average sort of, I want to buy 10,000 or something, so what's the average of those? I know there's a way of getting the cheapest one that's currently listed on the auction house, but it's not accurate for doing calculations. Like if you're buying 10,000 of something, then you can't just go 10,000 times whatever the cheapest one is, because that's nowhere near accurate. And it's not going to give you accurate results. But if you've got a way that can sort of do that any quicker, then yeah, that would be fantastic. Oh, got a green. Oh, that's a big upgrade. All these people digging 60 on hardcore now. Hi K-Check, I've been watching a few of your gold making videos lately. Respect. I'm trying one account engineering and mining and can't seem to make a lot making the parts. Any pro tips? Bring up the crafting thing again. Where's the spreadsheet gone now? Try not to die in the meantime. So for engineering, then obviously this is basically what you need for your engineering setup. So you need that set up, and you need to make sure that you are casting invent to get the inventor's buff before you craft any parts, because that's how. So you need all this, obviously. You need your best profession gear, multi-craft with resourcefulness tool. You need that profession set up as a minimum, and you need to make sure you've got that invent buff active. I've literally just done a video about crafting engineering parts, and I found that they were profitable like pretty much all the time. So you're probably missing something somewhere. Oh, that was on the US at least anyway. But people have told me the situation's similar on the EU as well. So marbled stone rank 3 is a lot of profit. Same with cutters. Yeah, a lot of those crafts are. A lot of these crafts are the lenses at sometimes as well can get quite profitable. That is potentially another video I'm looking at. It might be dual crafting might even be my next profession video. I actually do just a basic regent video there. They should be donating it at least. Damn lol. Yeah, I mean, have we got a picture? Can't find it now. It's on the WoW. It's on the WoW Reddit. It might take me half an hour to find it, so I'm not going to mess about with it. But yeah, basically people just putting it out on the street just said, "Here, have it." Basically. Actually, if I go down, it's probably best me heading down here, isn't it? And just getting the flight path before the servers go down. I can go down to there, get the flight path, then fly up to Stormwind to do the Voidwalker quest, which I can't remember what you have to do. And I'm hoping it's not one of those quests where sort of everybody dies that does it. I started rushing the enchanting tools and 60 KP to max out the epic disenchanting, so that return on the decks helps mitigate the cost setting up alts. I mean, are you getting good returns from the decks though? Because since I put that video out, the price on the decks has just gone through the roof. Like, I don't think I ever paid more than 100 gold for a deck, and that's when the resonance that's when the thingy crystals were higher in price. Now the crystal price has gone down and the deck prices have gone up. Obviously, I've not checked them today though. I've not checked them for a couple of days. No, sorry, I did decks yesterday, didn't I, to set up the new enchanter, and I think I paid about 120, going from memory, something like that. So they are expensive. I knew the profit margins would come down, but because when I was getting like 60, 70k for 80, 90 minutes disenchanting, then you knew that wasn't going to last. Am I the only one that feel that the market at the moment is pretty bad? I mean, these profit margins, yeah, it's it's sucky, basically. But that's just a symptom of less demand because we're in sort of a lull between patches and more people wanting to make gold, really. And we've got Zan in the room over on Twitch. Blizzard is cooking after the Mountain Dew promotion. Next is going to be a diabetes thing promotion. Yeah, they'll be selling insulin next, won't they? Selling insulin as a... and you get mounts with it, basically. That's probably going to be the next one. Blizzard reckon we'll see a crystal shatter like they did in Dragonflight. I don't know, because I don't think the situation's that bad. Like, they introduced the shatter because there was a bad situation with dust. But it's not like the situation with dust and shards is that bad now. It's you know, it's reasonable. So I don't know. We shall see, I guess. But I have a feeling they won't. Right, which I'm gonna craft 100 of those again. When I do the enchanting shuffle, I have a mailing group that sends all the masks to a friend of mine. His mail is clogged with race masks. That's hilarious. Do you not just do it all yourself? Just set it all up yourself? No, why do I keep getting it? Everyone just seems to want to be in a guild. Right, make in your home. Pick up these other quests and go and get that Bleeding Voidwalker. Or at least we will when the servers come back up. We're not going to have time now. Never prospect bismuth, just crushing marble stone cutters. Yeah, I mean, the thing is, I don't like to over-assume stuff just because it looks that way. Because I've had it before where I've assumed something and then when I've actually tested it, it's been very different. So I always just test stuff every now and again just to make sure. But yeah, you're probably right. I'm pretty sure it's pretty garbage, which is why I even took it off the crafting sheet because it was so bad. Spending it for tools, doing mining herbalism for acuity, but will change to tailoring and enchanting after. Farming cloth in delves and bulk crafting plus herb mining, probably not the best way. I mean, if you're doing the mining and herbing to get some gold while you're getting some acuity, that's fair enough. But the enchanting shuffle is obviously a much more efficient way of doing it now. You don't need to mine herb, skin, anything like that anymore. You can just do it all with enchanting. So I did it yesterday. I set up a fresh profession character and just did the enchanting shuffle and managed to buy all the acuity books, so the 200, 300, and 400 acuity knowledge books, and I had enough acuity left over to buy all the profession tools as well. But if you're in a situation where you're just setting up, then obviously that mining and herbalism is you're getting gold, aren't you, while you're getting the acuity at the same time, whereas doing the enchanting shuffle, it's obviously costing you gold every time. Got specialization in vent buff. Not perfectly geared already. Probably that's it. Yeah. The problem is at this point in the expansion, everything needs to be perfect for you to have a chance of crafting at a profit. But like I said, when I've been checking those, just the basic engineering crafting parts, and it's been it has literally the rank 2 crafting the rank 2s have been at profit all the time. You can always get decks cheap if you assemble them yourself. Yeah, I mean, everyone should be assembling the decks themselves, but even then, the price has gone up a lot. So assembling them myself, I was getting them for like 80 to 100 gold. But the ones yesterday were like 120. But yeah, definitely, everyone should be assembling them themselves. How much are people paying for their decks on the EU out of curiosity? 9. Looks like I'll be needing another 10k Dark Moon decks for the rest of my alts. Oh, God. I think you are crazy with the amount of alts you have. Like, I don't know. Like, alt army stuff, I just got so put off by it from Dragonflight. I just got stung so badly in Dragonflight of putting all that effort in with the tailors, and then it was just bugged for so long that, you know, it was barely worth anything. I say that, barely worth anything by my standards, at least, anyway. Obviously, concentration this time's a lot better than that, but... Are you streaming today, Zam? My next stream will be around 1.11.1 PTR. That's going to be next year then, isn't it? Do you reckon? Oh, no. Possibly in a few weeks. 80 to 130 on the EU. So they're not even, you know, much cheaper than they are on the US, are they, really? It's same price, pretty much. Right, we're going to get kicked off here in a minute. So we might have to do something really dirty in the meantime while we wait for the servers to come back up. And we might have to play on the EU. Right. Because we don't know how long this is going to take. It says an hour. And sometimes it's an hour. And sometimes it's 10 minutes. And then sometimes it's like 6 hours. What are you? Any plans for goal making on patch 11.0.7? I've copied a character across to the PTR, but I've not really looked at it yet. I've literally got a character on the island, but I've not really done much more on it. So I don't really know. I don't think there's anything new coming in professions or anything like that. A lot of people have said that to me. But it doesn't mean there's not little things you can do with goal making, perhaps. But we'll have to see, right? 2,000 safety speeches. Oh no, we were doing the vaults, weren't we? No, I don't want that. Where's that one in it? Fine, you get on with that. I've not actually even got a character to level 80 yet on the EU. So this is actually my main. If I was to say I had a main account, this is my main account. But I'm still not even level 80 yet. Probably do things the lazy way. That looks like the core, doesn't it? Although I can't remember any of these dungeons. Right, so how many of those did we get? 132 on that batch. Why do you keep stop crafting? What's going on? I'm not paying enough attention to see what's happening up there. Yeah, so once those US servers are back up, we can start actually doing stuff properly. It just comes at such an annoying part of the day for me. Did you try prospecting Northstone? No, because I don't have like a death wish. I prospected 10,000 rank 3 bismuth back when bismuth was actually good, and it cost, and I made a loss of 1.1 million, 1.1 or 1.2 million gold. I can't remember which. And at that point, I said, "There's no chance I'm trying Northstones as well." How come you've opted to play US instead of EU? I've basically done it because I had spread out to all the servers possible on the EU. I can't remember the exact number, but I probably had, at the time I decided to come to US, I probably had about 500 million gold on the EU. I had basically nothing on the US. So I basically did it so that I've been concentrating on the US, because if I get my gold on the US, then obviously it evens things out a little bit. And it is sort of getting to a point where it's getting sort of reasonably evened out now. Why is that on? What a weird setup I've got here. That's not even a mouse over macro. Why is that not mouse? At least I might finally get a level 80 on the EU. Even if I'm full rested, so it shouldn't take long to. Somebody on the Goblin Discord did prospect like 2k Northstones for data. It was really not good. Yeah, I bet it really was not good. But they should make it so when they have something like that where it's not going to be good, then they should have it so it drops something that you can only get from prospecting Northstones or something like that. Although I suppose anybody that uses Northstones in crafting probably wouldn't agree with that. I've not got flame shock on my bar, have I? That needs to be way around, really. I'm glad I ain't got damage meter so you guys can see the amount of damage I'm not doing. I hope Dilly's not watching this. When Northstones were like 1 to 2k a pop, I think, Jesus. Like, why would you do it? Because you know you're going to lose so much gold. I mean, I know I can say it doing it with rank 3 bismuth, but still. Wild already burning out myself doing concentration crafts on 20 to 25, yeah. But the actual crafting's not that bad. It only takes like 2 minutes. But like we've talked about on the stream before, the more you do it, the more efficient ways you've got of doing things. Because you have to, oh, we need to kill the tomb, don't we? Yeah. And that's probably my job as ranged, isn't it? Do we? Oh, I'm next in the tomb. We're actually going to wipe on a time walking boss here because I don't know what to prioritize. Right, who's Ice Tomb now? Right, I am. I'm gonna hit the actual target I'm supposed to be hitting. You want to kick him? On AFK or something? Is that why we're struggling? Oh no, it's me again. That's fine. 20-second timeout. This boss just not going down at all though. I'm sure that shield is probably something I should be purging. Someone in the group's doing a lot of DPS anyway because it's melting. The wrong button. It's because I've changed my keybind and so much stuff's all over the place. We're actually going down. The healer's going down. Wow, that was hard work. I've got a res button somewhere, haven't I? Think. Can't even remember what it's called. It's been so long since I played this character. Is he up? It's fine. It's up. It's going without me. Don't pull. Don't pull. Um, I hate doing the concentration crafts. I'd rather mass craft. So it's not really, but doing stuff where you jump in between a lot of servers, um, which is obviously that's probably my area of expertise more than anything. Doing stuff across a lot of servers, it can get tedious. So I did some flipping on the 0 to gold cap this morning, and yeah, it's not the it's just all the loading screens and stuff like that, isn't it? As long as everything's min maxed out, as in you have all, you're not going to buy your materials and stuff for every single concentration craft and all that sort of stuff. Then it's not too bad. You just log in, craft it, dump it in the warband bank, move on. No point doing something if you don't enjoy it. It's a game, yeah. And that's the other thing as well. If you enjoy what you're doing as well, you will do it for longer and you will do more of it. And therefore you will make more gold from it, even if the gold per hour is lower. I guess we're killing this one first. Finish crafting. Thought they combined servers and such for the auction house. Is that not true? Yeah, as Zan says, it's only for stuff that stacks, basically. Is the simplest way of thinking about it. I think it must have been like start of the expansion since I last did a dungeon. And even then, it was a follower dungeon. It just feels really weird to be with other players. You know, a lot of us gold makers are quite solo, antisocial, all that sort of stuff. The items that aren't stackable are really transmog mounts, gear. Yeah. That's your stuff. Fashion gear, all that sort of stuff. Right, we'll check in a minute because I don't really want to. As soon as the US servers are up, I want to be on it because we've got so much weekly stuff to do. I don't want to be wasting my time doing dungeons on the EU. Playing on the EU. This is the EU at the moment, yeah, because the US servers are down. Do you reckon I can unload 30k tempered potions tomorrow on prime time or no? That you can get rid of that amount because I've done it before. I think I've probably even cleared more than that before. I've got a bloodlust button somewhere, haven't I? There it is. There we go. When the boss is on 25%, let's use the bloodlust button. Oh no, he's actually going to fly up now, isn't he? If I remember. Is he something else? Something happens, doesn't it? I can't remember what. Yeah, you can unload that amount of potions, but in future I wouldn't be carrying that much stock. Especially on something like tempered potions, because the prices do some annoying things sometimes, don't they? Right, let's get out of here. Today I sold around 5k in around 30 minutes at 2 p.m. Tuesday on the EU. Yeah, and that's before even reset day. Seems like an ambitious move, but at the same time, the prices on them are dropping so fast that I expect the bigger raid guilds to start buying them up for next raid. I don't know because we expect prices to hit bottom, but we don't know that for sure. Soon concentration crafts are not going to be worth doing. As soon as I hit 500G per craft, I will stop and stockpile. Yeah, I think you are not the only person to suggest stockpiling concentration stuff. And as you guys know, I don't generally like stockpiling and investing and stuff like that. But for concentration, it might be a bit different because it is limited supply. Right, let's have a quick check on these US realms because it's been 15 minutes now. Sometimes no realms are currently available. No, so we're not back up yet. I don't know if I want to do another dungeon now. It's a bit stressful doing these. Doing these right. How many? Got 146 that time. That's a much bigger batch. Delete you. So let's queue in case we decide we do want to do it. What are you testing on PTR? I'm just checking the some craft rates. I'm mostly doing it at the moment because there's not a lot more I can do because the US is down until reset's done. What class and specs did you make before coming a gold maker, K-Jack? Basically, this shaman has been my main character since Burning Crusade. I think I went Resto Shaman for Muru in Burning Crusade, and I've had the odd time where I've changed for a single patch, perhaps, or maybe it's for a half an expansion or something like that. But this has been my main character basically since then. So it's basically Resto Shaman. Because all you do is press one button, don't you? It's just chain heal over and over. It's like, even I can do that. I was more interested in the idea of shuffling or concentration, I think. Is there a best concentration method right now? I mean, we all know enchanting is the best concentration around. But it's only just the best concentration around now. It's not like it was before. It's the difference now, when I looked at it last week, was marginal. But enchanting is sort of really easy and lazy to set up as well, so. Unloading that many potions is going to make a lot of auction house PvP. Do not make that many. You're going to be cancel scanning a lot, and the price could drop well below cost. Yeah, it's. I mean, if you guys were watching the streams before, like when not many people were crafting the rank 2 tempered potions and stuff like that, you'd see me crafting massive, massive quantities. But I was crafting them because like the profit margin was like 30, 40, 50% and stuff like that. When a profit margin is like 5 to 10%, then you don't want to be crafting massive amounts because it's just risky. Because if those prices really do come down, then you really are in a crappy situation. But I remember, didn't I get cooking on this character as well? Yeah. Oh, are we going to do the dungeon? Let's just check, make sure the servers aren't up. We're so close to getting first level 80 on the. Oh, let's do it. Don't get like that stupid one with a flying mount. If I get that, I'm just leaving straight away. Yeah, I may have overdone it. I wanted to test for me 1.5 million worth of stuff and processing it with professions. Yeah, that's basically why I set that alchemy character up yesterday, just to try that, and not because I like for the gold out of it particularly or anything like that, just because I think it's going to be like it's just a really cool. I guess we're not doing quests. It's just sort of like it's just another layer onto the vertical integration, isn't it? Except you can do it across multiple professions. Why am I not casting? I am casting. You know what? I might actually even pay attention here. But everything's so big. Pre-crafting pots, flasks is not the play. You want to craft and sell insta. Yeah, it's We're not. There are points in the expansion when you can do crazy stuff like that, but now's not really the time, right? Where's that bloodlust gone? There it is. Let's just go for it. I think that seemed like a good time to use bloodlust anyway. Seeing as we just pulled half the dungeon. Sort of half remember this rotation. I don't normally play elemental. Like I said, I'm normally resto. But don't really know it. I'm just sort of, a button flashes and I'm sort of pressing it. Let's go small a bit. Check those servers. Hi, K, check why you're doing this dungeon. I'm just doing it because the US servers are down at the moment. And this character is my... I don't have a level 80 on the EU yet. So, and this character is like 79 in a bit. So I thought, just to kill time, because I can't do anything else until the US servers come up, really. And that's what I'm checking in the bottom left. I just keep checking to see if the US servers are up. And no realms currently available. What are these guys doing? Well, you're AFK. So yeah, we're just waiting for the American servers to come back up, basically. Which Blizzard said an hour. We've done like 20 minutes already. Which means it could be an hour. Or we could still be here at midnight tonight. And unfortunately, that's what the game's like when you play on the US side. And I know you EU players love to say how easy the US have got it, but when it comes to downtime, they really don't. I should get numbers on this for me stuff. I'm pretty sure profit margins are actually good on most of the stuff that I'm doing. I mean, yeah, you need to get numbers, but there's a few spreadsheets going around, a few freebie ones, aren't there? So you could even just look at one of those. Because the maths involved in it, I imagine, is a bit more complicated than some of the other stuff. So it depends on how comfortable you feel doing that sort of stuff. Because obviously some people are more comfortable with that stuff than others. But I'd love to see the person that first comes out of a spreadsheet that not only calculates everything but also shows its profit margins leading into other professions and stuff like that. Because that is going to be a wild spreadsheet. Bro, what enchant you use on your profession tools? I mean, it's normally resourcefulness, but it depends what I'm doing. If it's a concentration character, then you're probably better off with ingenuity. Right, I've got no idea what's going on here. I can just see a big crab. Oh, it's not a crab, is it? It's a spider, I'm guessing. It did seem a bit weird for a crab to be in this zone, although haven't we seen loads of spiders already? Just waiting for the realms to come up back up so I can dump my excess stock on the auction house and go to sleep. So have you been up all night then? Surely, if you're playing on the US, and it's like a ridiculous time in the morning now, isn't it? It's like 7 o'clock in the morning. And you must have been up all night at it. Right, there's a bit to jump down here somewhere, isn't there? Yeah, it's there. Hey guys, your gear is wildly outdated. Oh, that's helpful. Cheers, guys. I've got 500 item level gear. Go away. Had a chance to play around with Formatology. Like, no, absolutely not, because I haven't got the character yet. We jump down here, don't we? We go straight back down here. I remember. Why is this guy wants to leave the group? Just leave instance. Did that guy actually just do it? Let's just not spend half an hour doing a dungeon. Ballpark number should be 300 to 400k profit on a 1.8 million investment. Legit just chugging everything on auction house and seeing what number minus the investment number. Yeah. I mean, if you do that, you don't really have to worry about. Right, sorry. I have to sort of pay slight. Why are we dying so much? I'm healing, yeah? I'm the healer now. And yes, I am clicking. Right, where's that freaking res? That one. No, that's that one, isn't it? That's it. We've got it. Those servers back up yet. I can't stand. I'm not doing another dungeon. With today's prices. I mean, 400k on 1.8 million. You can't really complain about that. Like, that's much better profit margins than you're going to get on most other stuff. For a person brand new to goal making, what would you suggest reading, learning, trying? I mean, initially, everybody has to do some sort of farming. And the best solo way to do that is just mining and herbing. If you want to join groups, then you can do the skinning and stuff as well. Or you can potentially do cloth farming solo as well. But mining and herbing is the easy thing. Get some gold together from that. And then once you've got that, you can start looking at doing the crafting professions. But it's so competitive at the moment that the only thing that a lot of people are making gold from is running concentration builds. Which I do have some videos for on the channel. But they are not as profitable as what it says in the video, because obviously the prices on stuff has come down a lot since then. But if you want to see those videos, there's a playlist called Best Passive Goal Making or something like that on the channel. And it's got a link to sort of all the concentration builds and stuff like that. But like I said, the profit margins on it have come down a lot recently. Know very little stuff, trying to pick up stuff, but you are already talking beyond me most times. Yeah, I mean, obviously a lot of the stuff I talk about is stuff that a lot of people have been doing for the whole expansion. So, right. So there's a lot of jargon and stuff like that. But the basic mining and herbing, you can't really go wrong there because you can't lose gold, can you? You're just going around clicking on stuff and... Right, get out of this dungeon. I lick a lot of pie. Yo, hello. I lick a lot of pie. How's it going over on Twitch? Random bozo. I'm dying somewhere. Where am I getting attacked? That's fine. Random bozo. Hello. How's it going? I'm Oceanic. It's almost 4:30, but my sleeping schedule is so wrecked. Need to fix. Oh, you madman. 4:30 in the morning. And I thought that reset time was coming slow for me. I tried swapping my US WAR to EU, but it wouldn't allow me to. Yeah, I have two separate battle nets, one for EU and one for US. Basically. Go on there. I need to make like 50 to 60k per hour on mining herbalism. Now I make 10k. Yeah. Some people are still managing. Some people say they're still managing 25k, which is, you know, that's good on them. It's got 125 that batch. It's so much. Varies so much. I mean, 10k does seem a bit excessively low. But I know the price of herbs and ores it has been coming down a lot recently, hasn't it? You craft 100 of those. I have no idea the best way to fix my schedule. Lol, I should stay up all night and sleep at 9 p.m. What I usually do if I get like that, I just sleep for I'd go to sleep and force myself up after like 4 hours. So if you go to sleep at 5 o'clock in the morning, you go to sleep and you get up at 9, 10, or maybe 11, and then go to sleep late the following night. And then you can, if you can manage to get yourself up after 4 hours or 5 hours, that's what I tend to do when I mess up my sleeping schedule when the new WoW expansion comes out. But I suppose it depends if you're used to doing that. So, because if you're in a job where you do night shifts and stuff like that, you just get used to going all over the place. Pharmacology is a spit in the face for farming professions. It's not. It might bring down the price of herbs and ore a bit, but it keeps the price of cloth and leather much higher than it would be, because it would be like silver by now otherwise. because all the materials are in a bounce. Then they're just all tied together with the prices and things like that. And it's made things like the leather. It wouldn't even be viable anymore, probably. Has anyone realised that the range of the Thundering Clouds Serpent has risen 50% in market value in US and is also becoming very low in the auction house compared to 1 month ago? Let's have a look. That's interesting. If I could spell cloud. Oh god, that's expensive. That's an Area 52. It's 86k. I mean, it's not. I suppose it's not that surprising. Down to 123 on the auction house. Geez, the cheapest one's 81k. Yeah, so look at that. So they're expensive even then. Because I remembered back here when they were like 20k. Now they're up to 100k. Someone's just buying them up. Someone might be buying them up, or it might just be that nobody's farming them. It's probably that nobody's farming them. If we go back to what we were 24, aren't we? So Dragonflight released in 22. Don't even go back that far. Oh, it does just about. So look, just before Dragonflight released, it was at 20k, 16k even down to. And then if you go like 3 months into Dragonflight, oh, it's still about the same, to be honest. It's not changed that much. Yeah. Yeah, very odd. Interesting. Probably something that's worth farming now that it's got so expensive, at least on the US anyway. Nullstone price crash alone cost us minimum of minus 10k profit per hour. I mean, that's definitely not something that's helped, has it, really? It does make a big difference. All right, so nearly there. At least it's the server list's up now. So hopefully it shouldn't be too much longer when we get some servers up. Yeah, I mean, that's what we were farming for initially, wasn't it? We were just farming for those nullstones all the time. And obviously losing all that's been a big blow. What's the price like on the 230 on the EU? What's the price in the US? The price isn't barely any different. So what we are now, we're at 290 today. But it's not really dropped since, what's that? Oh, it's only last week, isn't it? Yeah, it has dropped. Although it has pretty much been this low before as well. Yeah, bring back those days of, 5,000 gold each for the nullstones. Right, sorry guys on Twitch. Miles behind again. What build are you doing for your Herbinum mining? It's basically kind can't actually show you because I can't get on it. I can't remember what each of the individual skill things is called. I'll try, when the server's back up, I'll try and remember to go onto it. But they should be up soon anyway. For mining, if you want your best chance at Nullstone, skip the part where you try to get points to gather while flying. Put points into ore types till maxed and run perception on your tools. If you want high yields of ore, then finesse tools and focus on gathering while mounted. Yeah, but at this point, you can have both. Because I know on my miner, I've got all that now. Also know that once you've gotten your weekly knowledge points, you can start getting catch-up and have about 180 catch-up points coming to you. Use a perception flask and spend a few hours in Hallowfall getting all those capture points. Yeah, the bit at the north in Hallowfall is just really nice for just generally farming. Yeah, it still takes a long time for you to get all the catch up, but it is. I mean, it's the only. If you're just starting out, you don't have that many options as to what you're going to do to start getting your gold to begin with. I hear it's only a 1% chance to drop for the Cloud Serpent. Only spawns every 47 minutes. I thought the Cloud Serpent was the one where you had to collect the stuff for it. I'm not a expert when it comes to farming. But wasn't that the one where you have to farm in MOP to get it? Let's have a look. Oh no, it is a drop. Yeah, sorry, you are right. There's another one, isn't there, where you have to collect the 10 items to thingy it, but obviously that's a different one. So yeah, you just this item can be purchased. Oh, you can buy it with. Oh, that's fine then. Oh well, so basically you just need to camp that dude then, don't you? And I imagine a lot of people are not camping him at the moment. Yes, we have some servers up. Right, we finished on here. You've crafted 119 that time. That's fine. Let me write that down before. Right, so before I forget about the mining and herbalism, let's just have a quick look at that. It's from Alani, need 10 crystals. I thought it was, that's how I thought you got it as well. I didn't think it was a drop. I thought it was, you found the crystals in mob, and then I thought you used it on the mob, the rare, to get it from that. But I'm not farmer, so I'm not really. Servers up, yes. I know. Let's go. Let's do it. Should do an enchanting shuffle before leveling a miner, though. So you can get books before starting. I mean, that's ideal, but a lot of people that are doing mining and herbing are doing it because they're starting out, aren't they? So they don't have the gold to do the shuffle. So this is what I've got on mine. 60 points there. All this maxed out. And then I'll start putting points in here. Because this gives you plus skill for the rare deposits. So that's what I've done on my miner. But to begin with, like you're gonna not do that. It just depends whether you want to mine while mounted or not, which I think is just too good to turn down. It makes such a difference. And then obviously all that's maxed out, because when you get to the end of these, that's when you get your null stones easily. Oh, we didn't look at herbalism, did we? Sorry. So herbalism, I wouldn't do any of that, basically. It's literally just put everything in here. But if you max this one out, and if you do this farm that's just in the north here, then you don't need to actually max all the herbs, because you're only going to get spears and is it Albinid? I can't remember which one. It's been a while. We've got the. But if you do a farm where you only need, when you're only going to be doing certain herbs, then you only obviously need to get those herbs up, and it can make you feel better than you actually are. Right. Let's get off the EU because I feel dirty. Let's get some US stuff up and going. Looks like the Tim Roth in Legend of 1900 K-Jack. Does it? Who's Tim Roth? Oh, he's actually quite a good actor, isn't he? Mine herb capture pretty cancer, very low drop rate. Yeah, it is. It was good when it was the only not well, it wasn't good. It was never good, but it was passable when it was the only option for acuity. But you don't really use it for acuity now. Because there's just much easier alternatives. Obviously, if you are setting up a mining herbalism character, then you're just going to be doing it all the time anyway. Oh, I can use my use that, can't I? Fine, got that. That purchase is from Mop Remix. Was from Mop Remix. Yeah, the bronze stuff, isn't it? How many did you get this time? 119. Numbers are all over the place on this gem crafting. Seems so inconsistent. Get rid of you. Just need to blast through and get all this weekly stuff done. And then once that's done, I'll probably put some crafting on and do some hardcore. Some crafting on in the background while I do some hardcore again. Only interested in knowledge points. And I'm not paying ridiculous prices for it. How much of those? Decorative lens. Oh, I know how annoying that is now. Is there a way to get the catch-up knowledge points from Herban and mining fast than his true site? No, you basically just need to. It's just a big, horrible, long grind, I'm afraid. And there's no easy way around it. I just forget to. And it is going to take you a long time to get there. And there's just nothing you can do about it, I'm afraid. And your gold per hour until you get there is probably not going to be great. I'd be interested to see what I get as a gold per hour now. Because I'm not a very good farmer, but I do have a good setup on my character. Right, I don't collect treasures now on most professions. I only collect it on my alchemy characters because it's just too much effort for what you get out of it. Now, I've got 71, so I can actually max out potion bombs on this character now. Do I want to do it? Do I actually want to do it yet? No, we'll do it, but we'll play it another time. Where's the? That's my new secret jewel crafter. We won't go on that character while I'm on stream. Top secret. I'm just using herb and mining for the extra art and security. I mean, if you're using it for the extra art and security, then that's fine because obviously you're making gold from it as well. But obviously the enchanting shuffle is just so much better now. Like when I set up that character yesterday, I didn't need anything but the enchanting, and that got me everything I needed. Oh, must have picked that up already. Trying to do too much at once. The way you have it, you should be getting null stones. Yeah, I mean, I get loads of null stones when I'm mining because I also have the perception mining pick as well. But it's just that the price on them's come down so much. That's, I think, the problem that a lot of people are having. And that's why the gold per hour has just plummeted so much for so many people. Oh, cat's going up in the Christmas tree, guys. Favorite spores. You might get to see the Christmas tree come flying down again when she gets to the top.
She's not knocked it down, though.
I might even see if any pots are worth crafting at the moment. Although you guys telling me you've got, you know, tens of thousands of stock, maybe I won't. That's fine. That's alchemy done already. 112 knowledge. 55. So we're still a bit short being able to max it out. But we'll get there. Any basic tips for someone just getting into gold farming? Maybe farming is pushing it gold acquisition. Well, if you've got the gold, then you can set up the concentration builds if you think it's worth it at the moment. I'd set up one character and see if you think it's worth the amount of gold you get from it now, because it's definitely come down. But if not, then, you know, mining, herbing, or one of the other farming methods. But as for actual crafting, it's very challenging and very competitive at the moment. What are you doing, kitty cat? What are we doing? Like even a lot of experienced gold makers are struggling to make gold at the moment. So, I mean, most people I would probably suggest just stay away from normal crafting and just pick up what they can from concentration, even if it's, you know, even if it's not what it was. Yeah, I mean, you guys were definitely right. This add-on's just, it's just so much easier. What does concentration mean? So you can craft. This is basically a basic crafting setup, but this is your concentration here, which is you have 1,000 of it, but it's a limited use. But you can use your concentration to make a craft better, or you use cheap materials like I'm doing here to make the craft better, and then you get like 1,000 gold profit each time I craft that. Now I can only craft so many because I've only got so much concentration. It'll take a few days to recharge. But that's what you do. You set up basic crafters, use cheap materials, and use the concentration, which is limited use, to push the rank up of what you're crafting, and then you can craft it for a profit, basically. Even though the crafter is quite a basic crafter. Got all that. Oh, please give me a null stone back. No. And that's basically how most people have been making their gold this expansion. I used that already. Yeah. So most people have just been setting up like multiple characters with these really basic profession setups, and then just logging on every sort of 3 or 4 days, using up all that concentration. But you used to be able to get, like, every time you crafted an item, like 10,000 gold profit. Now it's like 1 to 2,000 gold. Unfortunately, like everything, it gets more competitive over time. Curious how much professional knowledge I've actually got on this guy now. 46, so what, 30, 50? I'm 4 short of being able to craft a rank 5 gem, a rank 3 gem, sorry. Right, that's interesting. So we'll move on to next account. This morning in EU, I had 10 gold per concentration point enchanting. Don't remember exactly the enchant, but yeah, it's usually around 5G per concentration. If you're getting 5G on the EU, then EU don't have anything to complain about because we're getting less than that on the US. But when I checked the numbers for the video last week, that's what I tended to find, that enchanting was around 4 to 5G per point in concentration. Which, you know, that's fine at this point, really. And that, but it was basically the same with all professions, or all the decent professions at least, anyway. Blacksmithing, inscription, all that stuff. Get what crafting prof should I start with? Is there a difference? I mean, if you're looking at the enchanting one, let me just see if I can find the basic enchanting video, because that's basically where people should really start. That is the basic enchanting video. And if you, and it's a really basic setup. It doesn't take long or anything. That's not the, there is a more advanced setup you can do for enchanting, but that's a really basic one, and you can't really go wrong with that. So yeah, if you just follow that, and like I said, it doesn't take much, and if you've got plenty of characters to use it on, they only need to be level 70s, then you should be able to make at least a little bit of gold from that on a regular basis. I mean, the most important thing is it's going to sort of give you that passive income over time. Great, thank you so much. I'll have to watch it. Yeah, there are others, but that seems to be the one that most people are having the most success with. So once I've done this guy can start crafting some boundless cipher stuff in a bit. Once he's got his weekly stuff, which we're just doing now. I am obviously gonna. I didn't actually see what that cost to craft then, I just crafted it. I think that was probably expensive because I just noticed it was an alchemy rod. Just don't pay attention anymore. Right. It's fine, that can all sit in there for now because I'm not messing around because I've got like 100 Dartmouth decks in there. Right. Still got some of that left over. So if we do like 10,000 and 2,500. Where's the... I will find a way to go wrong. Honestly, it is such a simple setup. It is a... it's very hard to go wrong on it. Just checking out. I need to use rank 2 herbs on this guy. Looking at about 7.75. I need to use rank 2 load drop as well, annoyingly. 16.93. These herb prices just going down all the time. Spears. I can get away using rank 1 spears. 16.29. Where's inscription hiding? Inscription. Boundless cipher 121 to 148. That's actually not. That's not bad. Hello, have you been checking the Bountiful Seasons Flash this reset? I will quickly check it now, but I'm not expecting it to have changed. Because we're not expecting it to change till later on in the month. Where's that gone to? Yeah, still on finesse. No change. Where's it? Don't press. I actually sold some of those decks. I didn't actually want to sell them. We're just storing them on the auction house and someone's gone and bought them. Oh, I didn't actually buy the herbs yet, did I? Right. And then some rank 2 lure. We buy that for now. And that might keep us going. While I do the weekly stuff on the other characters. Right, it's done. Right, what else is going on, guys? How do you handle the whole shopping process of a concentrational army? Any good tricks to buy a stock for, let's say, 20 characters at once? I would literally just buy everything in bulk and have it sat in the warband bank, or just sat in the bank. Just keep an eye. If you're crafting the same stuff, exactly what UB just said. I'll just buy a bunch of stuff and put it in the warband bank when the prices are good throughout the week. So just add stuff to your favourites on here. The materials you use, add them onto favourites. So I spell storm dust. One word.
No. What's your filters?
I know why I'm not getting anything because I'm on the PTR, aren't I? On the wrong account. But if you add it and then you star them, and then when you will be seeing those on the auction house all the time, and you'll get used to what the price is, and then when it's low, just bulk buy stuff when it's low for your concentration sessions. Don't do what I've seen some people do, where you go and buy the materials individually on each character, because you're just making everything take a lot more time than it needs to. Right. Just move on to the next account. About 3 more crafters to do, I think. We can probably get hardcore back on and ready to go, because I can probably do some running about while I'm doing this stuff as well. Try not to die in the process. I've usually bought on a weekly basis when prices felt good. Prices feel like they keep going down each week. I mean, prices generally will go down each week. That's what they tend to do over an expansion. But you'll tend to find that the prices go down at fairly similar times in the week and go up at fairly similar times in the week. And obviously getting that stuff cheap is especially if you're buying it for so many concentration characters, it's going to obviously make a big difference. So if you can get used to doing all that like you have been doing, getting it as cheap as possible. Which, like when we say buy in bulk, we mean buy enough to, do your next session of concentration. You don't need to buy like enough for like 4 weeks worth of concentration or anything like that. It's just enough to keep you going for now, to do that next session of crafting. Because like you said, over time the price is going to go down. You don't want to buy loads and be sat on loads of stuff as the prices are plummeting. I'm going to swap those around, I think. Right, what a load of crap it's just given me on my Taylor. I've not even got enough to do my weekly. This is worse than a blacksmithing. That really is freaking terrible. Right, I'm not doing any more on those. I'll have to finish that quest off tomorrow. Level worker next. So this is literally all I do weekly now on most of my crafters. It's just do the weekly patron order quest, use the treaties, and then do the catch-up patrons through the week. Because running around and getting all those treasures for the sake of like 1 or 2 knowledge is it just doesn't seem time efficient at this point in the expansion. You can fine, so he needs to do have his level working one there, yeah. This week was very rough for EU market prices. Yeah, we've had some problems in the US as well, as unfortunately, especially on the ore, on the herbs and stuff like that. The prices are just, they're just getting silly, aren't they? That one. Me telling you not to stockpile stuff when you can see that I'm sat on thousands, tens of thousands of some stuff. That's fine. Hello, K-Chak. I'm looking to pick up another profession for some basic gold income. I'm considering tailoring, skinning, or inscription. Any recommendations? I'm not an advanced TSM user. I've done level work in blacksmith enchanting so far. How are you finding what you're doing so far? Like, what do you pair your professions up with? Like, do your profession that should be empty now, shouldn't it? Yeah. Do you pair them with stuff that they'll find useful? It's like I've got level working in skinning. It's got nothing to do with farming your own stuff because that's for me. That's that's no good. But I just literally do it just so I can refine my own hides, basically, because it's usually cheaper if you're buying, say, like a thunderous hide, costs 265, and 5 rank 2s is going to cost you, what, 255, 256, something like that. You can just save yourself some gold on that refining sometimes, but it's a bit awkward doing it when it's on a different character. My enchanter's been doing best for gold, making gold as they join ingenuity build. Yeah, I mean, there's nothing wrong with just setting up that on basically every character, because that's what I think a lot of people have done. You don't even have to do the full build, really. You can just do, you could just do like the basic version of the build where you just get 25 enchanting skill, and you can set it up in like 10 minutes, 10, 15 minutes. Just collect the enchanting profession treasures, get to 25 enchanting skill, and then just use concentration from there. And you can earn enough, you can just earn some gold from that even. Like you don't have to even do that full on build. Although obviously the full on build earns you more money, but also costs you more to set up. Right, I think we're done on this guy now, aren't we? Right, so we're going to move on to the blacksmith. Get rid of that. See if we can make a little bit of progress up here. Don't go for skinning, please. Don't do it. I mean, if people want to farm with skinning, that's fair enough, but that's not how I really use it. What? Where's the bit where I have to go? For here. I'm already 100 level working, just don't really need skinning. I have a fat stack of art and security, just not sure what to do next. Another enchanter seems boring. It is boring. And if you're doing things for fun, then do something different. Yeah, enjoy learning a new trade. Yeah, I mean, if that's why you're doing it, then you can go with anything really. You're going to enjoy it all, aren't you? So if you're doing it for fun, what you've got, I've done level work in blacksmith and enchanting. I'm considering tailoring, skinning, or inscription. If it were me, if you're asking me what I would do inscription. And obviously, if you're doing inscription, make sure that this is your first 90 knowledge points. Whatever you're doing in inscription, unless it's gear crafting, this is your first 90 points, always. Yeah, tailoring, I mean, there's not really much in profit margins. Alchemy, you need 200 knowledge points to even... You need to be 200 knowledge points, and you probably need to be a goblin as well at this point to have any chance of making some gold. Skinning, I mean, if you're going to use it for farming, that's fair enough, but I just use it for refining herbs and cutting crafting costs for leather working. In inscription, it's been probably one of my favourite professions this expansion. And quite possibly the one that's maybe the most gold as well, right? You can't refine rank 1 herbs. You can't refine rank 1 herbs on a experienced. How much? Well, let's just refine those and then see where we stand. Sort the blacksmith out. And then I think that's most of the basic stuff done on. If you had to choose an expansion to go back to make gold, which one would it be? I mean, it depends. Like, if you mean, like, from a casual perspective, everyone's going to tell you it's WOD. Because it was just so easy with the garrisons. From my perspective, personally, Shadowlands was pretty good from the legendaries and stuff like that. And some of the other crazy stuff I did in Shadowlands. And that was also when I started doing content creation. So that's when I started sort of making less gold because you're sharing a lot more. Do you think your cheesy 100 skill rank 1 build from a month ago is still viable? I stopped playing a week or two into WOD. Maybe I shouldn't have, lol. Yeah, I mean, the garrisons, everyone just had it across like loads of professions, and you just go through and just use an add-on to send all your stuff off and make loads of gold. It was dead easy. I think it is still, when I check the profit margins on the rank 2, can we open up an auction house anywhere? Let's just open an auction house on this character in a sec. If I press the right button. So you look at the price on these two items is basically the same, but you can see a lot more people are crafting the rank 2s. There's twice as many of them on the auction house. And if you look at the sale rate on the rank 1s at 0.118, the rank 2, sorry, is 0.118, and the rank 2s is 0.127. So that the sales rate is higher on the rank ones, and there's half as many on the auction house. I mean, the price is slightly higher, but we're not, we're not that bothered by that. The price is basically the same, but what you've got a slightly higher sales rate and you've got less competition. So yeah, I think it's still a cheesy little spec that works. And it might not be the only one either. Right, did we... Let's pick up some. That patron order. This game just takes the piss. I've got 2 of them even. And some Iron Claw. Although I actually just made about a decent amount of profit from that one. Come on. Come on, game. So I need a null stone and some Iron Claw alloy. Oh, there we go. Take a couple of these because I'll probably need them again in the future. Oh, there's another one there. The rank 1 is selling for more than the rank 2s. In this case, the sales rate is a bit lower on the rank 1s. But you can see that there's a definite sort of difference. And it's not like, oh, the rank 1s aren't selling. Because you can see that they're selling. Because you can see the sales rate. So yeah, I don't 100% know if people are making gold from it, but it wouldn't have that sort of sales rate if they weren't selling. Basically, would be my answer. Fine, that one's done. Good to hear. Seemed like a good place to start after coming back to fashions after a 10-year break. My old main was Inscription already. Bez, are you on the Discord? If you're on the Discord, just send me a message because I'll message you about something later. If you have some videos on it and see get into nitty gritty, it'd be nice to make my own treatise and anything else. If you want a good general thing about the inscription, if you've seen any of my videos, it's probably the video you have seen, which is the 0 to gold cap in 5 days video. That's like by far my most viewed video. But that is basically an inscription video from the start of the expansion. Obviously, the profit margins aren't still there, but the idea of what you can do with it is pretty much the same. Right, switch. I want to just try it. I want to try something. So I've got that on resourcefulness. Now if I just create one of these, that's fine. How can enchanting be boring for regular people who only play one window mode? 3 days per week, you can make 1 to 2 million profit every day. Reset Friday, Saturday. Yeah, I mean, you at the moment you need a lot of characters set up to do that, to get those profits at that sort of level. How on earth do you reach those sort of kind of profits? I'm at 43% ingenuity on my enchanting and making some tier 3 stuff with tier 2 mats that can make millions off 1 tombs, or who spam selling quality 2s. Every free set you can make huge amounts of gold just flipping scrolls with resourcefulness builds. Maybe going through ingenuity build is the issue, then seems profit are very much hard capped. Can set up another enchant in 1 hour. You can do, but you just got to remember that it is costing you gold to set up these enchanters. And with profit margins down, it's taking longer and longer for you to get that gold investment back. Right. Like for those that did get the enchanting build set up, 2 months ago, then, that's great. They're just still printing gold from it. But most people are like, well, that's a lot of people aren't in that situation, are there? I'll hop onto Discord since I think the questions are a bit basic and boring to read. Thanks for advice. No, I'm happy enough to talk about anything. Is leather skinning worth it to make gold? I mean, if you're going to group farm it, then a lot of people that are group farming are making some decent gold off it, but you can't. It's not something you can do solo. Right, what do I need to do for this quest? It's not like a solo. It's not going to make you gold solo at all. Right, where do I need this from? You're finding a black one. Is that in Ilwyn Forest? I need to walk all the way over there. Are you kidding me? Should have done this before, shouldn't I, when I was doing the other stuff? I was close by. I do it on the EU every reset, investing only gold in flipping scrolls when they skyrocket in price. You need to be patient for it, but it still works. Profits are insane still. But flipping anything is always a risk. Like, especially if you're doing like short-term flipping. And I don't see the prices going up that much. So what enchants and stuff is it that you're actually flipping? And I'll have a look at prices. But I've not really noticed massive changes in prices on reset days anymore. Was it the same situation in Dragonflight where rank 1 crafts had better sales than rank 2s? I honestly can't remember. I don't remember it being a thing, but I also can't really remember looking for it. I mean, to craft it, seems I don't know what flipping is. Flipping is basically where you buy something to resell it for more. So when you say like flipping it, people tend to think like you're buying the enchants other people are listing on the auction house on reset day to resell them. But even selling the enchants now on reset day, I've not. A lot of people now are just saying sell them through the week because they're not noticing that much difference on a reset day compared to in the week, except for it's just a lot more competition to sell, basically. Q3 enchants went down in price the last few resets on my server on EU by quite a margin. I think that's when crafters log into pub. So enchants are sold region wide. So the enchants you're selling is across the whole EU. Well, that's basically. I'll tell you what. Let's have a look. Since we're only running, switch over to the EU. We'll try not to be fair. I am higher level here, aren't I? Hopefully, shouldn't pull out. So if we just look at some of the, just we do that, and we can look while we're the war of winning chance. Let's look for some. So let's look at like where's so basic crystalline radiance. Like overall, you can see the price going down, obviously. Now you can actually see a fraction of an increase in price there on reset day, but it is when was it? But it's like it's not for long at all. And it's a spike, but it's no higher than it was on. It's still less than what it was the same as what it was on Friday, and less than it was on Thursday. So people who did their concentration on Thursday and Friday would have been better selling it on Thursday and Friday than waiting until the reset. And you see there, this is EU. So Tuesday, it's at 4,300. On Wednesday, it's below 4,000. So I don't think it's saying there. Look, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, it's the same price. It's not like there's this massive increase in price on reset days or anything like that. I mean, we can look at another one just to make sure. Should we look at a... look at radiant power. So we've had some spikes. There is a little spike there on Wednesday. But there's an even bigger spike on Friday and Sunday. And a little one on Monday. Well, that spike is only for like a couple of hours. And because the price is generally going down overall, you are risking, especially if you're crafting sort of early on in the week. It's when I say early on the week, I mean like on a Thursday or Friday after reset. No, I know what I'm talking about. If you are logging in right time after reset, chances are always very high up in the price. Always, maybe not everyone, but 50% of the time they are. I mean, I'm curious which ones you're selling, because on here, like there is a increasing price there, but that looks like that is for like 10 minutes or something, perhaps. And that's it. It's a tiny little bit higher there. But at the same time, it's only the same as what it was. Like, it might seem like it's a big jump in price because the price has come down on Tuesday. But if you actually look back earlier on in the week, it's only the price has only gone back up to what it was on Thursday and Friday. But it seems like it's going up a lot. It's not. It's just going back to what it was before. I don't have many fancy recipes. Been doing Defender's March, Radiant Haste, Armored Chant of the Leech, and it's not unlocked the entire tree, but gold per concentration is not that great. That's what I've been feeling. I craft, but I don't post right away. I try to pick a good moment when the price spikes a bit between reset days. Yeah, I mean, there are times where it's going up, but if you're crafting on a Thursday and Friday, to me, it just looks like you should be selling on a Thursday or a Friday. Or alternatively, just not selling at all and waiting for season 2. But that's a bit more risky. After your enchanting tailoring video, you need to consider Storm Dust buying point is at 61 gold last week daily basis. I'm also selling Radiant Ring enchants and Radiant Power. Yeah. I just think looking at those, you are better off just selling it when you get it. If you want the gold now. And if you're not that bothered about the gold now, and if you want to risk waiting for next season, then that's fair enough too. Right, where's this person I need to kill? Is it in here? Oh, great, about 5 mobs. Oh, of course, they've tagged the one I actually need. And I've probably tagged the one they actually need. Ah. It's just a side job. I dominate tempered free rank 3s on EU, so a few million from enchanting weekly is not that bad at all. No, I mean, if all you're doing is pressing one button to do it, then you can't argue with that at all. But I think it looks like, I mean, look at that increase in quantity on a Wednesday. Like, that's the problem. The price might have gone up, but 3 times more people are listing their stuff on the auction house. So yeah, demand goes crazy, but the amount of supply onto the market's crazy as well. So it's not really benefiting you so much. So it's like, once again, you've got this tiny spike on a Wednesday. It lasts no amount of time, but you see that everyone just dumps the amount of stuff that goes on the auction house there. That's the red line. So you've got this tiny amount of time where you've got, like, here on Sunday, literally all day for like 6 hours, the price is good. Here on a Saturday, like, it's random times when the price is good, not necessarily on the reset day. Right, can I? Second. Could be trouble here. Pull another mob. Oh, don't pull another one as well. Come on. Sorry guys, let's concentrate on that. A lot going on. Just run and grab this quest item and run away. Not messing around killing all those mobs for no reason. Truth is, everyone are still sleeping and you have no contest at all, maybe 1 to 2 persons. I mean, it depends when you're selling, isn't it? Like, I like being able to sell. One of the things I like about being on the US region is like I can do things that are early in the morning for me. So I come on at 9 o'clock in the morning for me, but it's 3 o'clock in the morning in the US. So like you're saying, there's nobody online. You don't need to cancel scan aggressively, and you can do more things with markets because of that time difference. Basically. Hi there. Hello. Hi guys over on Twitch. How's it going? Welcome to the newbies. I've never crafted so much as I did this season. What I learned is you don't even have to undercut it all because Matt sells. It doesn't matter the price and what you do it by. Just lower your profit margins. Yeah. Just make sure that when you are crafting, you know you've got enough of a margin there that you can afford to lower it a little bit. Right, I'll be back in 2 seconds, guys. Don't let my hardcore character die in the meantime. Right, all good. We don't look like we're in a cave anymore. This reset, I want to try with Magnificent Jeweler setting also. Maybe it goes up in price, same as Scrolls. What do you mean? You mean the actual epic item? The actual craft, not the recipes. Get rid of that for a bit. We don't really need that at the moment, do we? This guy's finished crafting. Oh, do you know what I forgot to do? This guy can do it. Right, I think like all my wows are crashing at the same time again. I mean, if you can get that sort of stuff to work at the moment, then you know that's great. But it's really hard when there's so much supply into the market to be messing around with markets that much. Just realised I forgot the weekly, didn't I? Can you explain scanning throttle on TSM? I don't understand it. It's not with TSM. It's with the WoW auction house. It's intentionally set up like that. So basically, they just don't let you send infinite requests to the auction house. So whether you're scanning on cancel scanning or anything like that, basically, it will just throttle you after. It will just slow you down after you've done so many. And you will feel it because you'll suddenly not be able to post, and you have to wait. Like rather than posting every fraction of a second, you'll be posting every couple of seconds or cancelling every couple of seconds. So that's why it's a bit of a pain in the ass, to be honest. Right, go with Weaver. Right, let me just do this because whenever I mess this up, we complete this one. And then we drop this one. If you don't do it and you keep it and it's in your inventory, in your quest log, shall I say, then you won't be able to pick it up next week. Yeah, so basically the scanning throttle, the WoW auction house is just gonna slow you down if it doesn't like what you're doing. And it stops you aggressively cancel scanning. But this is why some people cancel scan on multiple accounts with a small amount of items, instead of trying to cancel scan like 20 items on one account, because you'll soon get throttled doing that. What profession pays the most profit on concentration? It's sort of enchanting. But if it is enchanting, it's not by a lot. So I did a video, I think it went out last Tuesday, talking about professions that are doing fairly well at the moment, and most of them seem to be roughly about the same area. So inscription and blacksmithing were doing okay as well. Enchanting's still the best, but it's not by the amount that it was. Right, so you finished. That's water. Always the water. I remember starting watching you right after you found out my first million in the war vein. Enchanting was way back then. And it's very profitable when you make your video about radiant power. The amount of gold from it was insane. But the most profitable action was buying boxes which contain 70 level 75 for your items. One box was about 1k gold, and every item was like 10k gold. Yeah, but do you know when I made that video for the 10k, when they were making 10k profit off radiance, that wasn't the first time I'd done an enchanting concentration video. I'd done another one before the expansion even released. And those that did that were getting 100,000 gold per craft instead of 10,000 gold per craft. And if you go on the Discord, there's some pictures of people, some screenshots that people have done when they've made like 25, 30 million gold just from concentration builds, this expansion, because they did the concentration builds I said right at the start, not when I did that. You're talking about when I started doing it, when I did my sort of second stage of concentration videos. But if you did them right at the start, like in the first couple of days, then the gold from it was just absolutely ridiculous. Like you're talking 300, 400,000 gold profit from using your concentration on one character. Right, this is the Voidwalker quest. Is this the one where I have to go down into the cellar, if I recall? Is this? I think this is the one where you can potentially die. So I might have to actually. Is this it in here? No. Oh, there it is. I thought it was down here. Do you think that with how fast prices are falling these days is a good strategy to craft in smaller quantities? 100%. Craft a small amount, sell a small amount, and just do it like that. It's so much safer. Teach you any recommendation on what to do with spare artisan security? If you've got 2 professions on the character, nothing to do with it, then I would just bank it. There's the bags you can buy with 600 artisan security, and there is a very small chance that Blizzard might mess up, and you might be able to get recipes from the new raid when it comes out. But if you don't want to take that very small chance, then you can just buy those bags now. You still get a few thousand gold from them, but there's not. Once you've got everything you need from like profession wise, there's not much else you can get. So first get a bisque crafter, then unlock all the recipes you can with art and security. And if you've done all that and you've got it left over, then just yeah, get rid basically. Right, guys, I am gonna have to just concentrate because I may die here. I thought he summoned more little guys. Oh no, that was dead easy. I thought he summoned 3 little guys. Back upstairs. You can. So now if I log this character out, back in again, then you should have Weaver's buff and be crafting faster. Why are some grey items expensive on the auction house, and do they ever sell? I assume it's for transmog since it's usually armor and weapons. Yeah, it'll be transmoggy stuff. But anyone can put anything on the auction house for any price, so people can just go to like, they'll go and get a rock or something and put it on the auction house for like 5 million gold. It don't mean the item's worth 5 million gold. It's just people can do what they want, can't they? Really. But yeah, but you can use grey and white items as transmog now, so that's probably what's going on there. Right, so that. There we go. So that's got him up to 75% crafting speed. You can craft properly now. They had nerfed it 2 weeks ago, but still make around 7 mils for minimal investment. Hey, if it's working for you, if it's working for you, you've come on a bit, haven't you, from farming your first million just a couple of months ago. I've got Voidwalker now. Now we're on a roll. Sort of regret wasting those points, but what do you have on your alchemy toon? I have I'm basically a potion crafter. I can probably log him in, to be honest. I'm not using this account for anything else now. I'll log the alchemy dude in and show you, but mostly I'm just sat on the knowledge points at the moment. He's a good potion crafter, or he was a good potion crafter before I started banking knowledge anyway. Oh no, okay. Can't log on him. It's the same account as my hardcore character. That's annoying. Right, I can't show you him then. I'm afraid. But basically, he's just a potion crafter, basically. I never did concentration builds. I was just making it with 36 storm dust and the plus skill scrolls and blood elf, I assume, as well. Yeah, I mean, at the start, you could make quite a lot of gold with that, and that's the sort of stuff I was doing right at the start of the expansion. So I was doing a lot of enchanting. I was crafting rank 3 enchants like just over a day after the expansion released or something like that. Non concentration crafts, I mean. Right, get rid of some of this stuff. That's for a quest. That's for a quest. I forget they give you about. Oh no, that's for a quest. Hops, I'm sure that's for a quest as well, isn't it? You can go, you can go, you can go. Small egg, that might be for a quest as well, I can't remember. That's fine. Usually people put stuff on the auction house for insane amounts to bait snipers that have a bad setup, I think. Oh, do you mean... Well, yeah, because what you do is you put it on there for like 5 million gold for a couple of weeks, and then TSM thinks it's worth 5 million gold, so someone puts it on for like 100,000 gold. And they'll be, wow, look at this, it's selling for, you know, less than 1% of its value. Well, that's why you need to have some common sense and don't just buy stuff. Right. That's fine. He sent me back to Sentinel Hill, which is where I was going anyway. Evening, K-Check. My turn to watch you. Yeah, we just take it in turns, don't we? Gold addiction. I mean, what stats do you have in your alchemy tool? So resourcefulness with multi-craft enchant, for example. Yeah, that's basically what I... multi-craft tool with resourcefulness enchant for crafting potions, flasks, vials, and all that sort of stuff. That's what I run, yeah. To be fair, while I'm doing other stuff. Oh, of course I get an easy dynamite first. I can do some of the weekly mining and herbing while I'm at it. Next expansion, I'm going straight into mining and herb farming, not even going to level. Yep. It's worth a fortune. Like I said on yesterday's stream, I was buying rank 2 bismuth for 400 gold each on the first night of the expansion. So imagine what your gold per hour was if you just concentrated on mining and herbing right at the start. Did that actually just kill my Void Walker when I float? Yeah, like I keep saying to everybody, if people do all the new content and stuff like that right at the start, but if you just go straight into the gold making, especially the mining and herb and stuff, the gold you can make is just like crazy. Like those people that are trying to pay for their WoW subscription, I bet you could pay for, you know, a year's subscription. If you got early access, I bet you could pay for a year's subscription just mining and herbing for early access. Oh, we've got a level. My alchemist feels like it's basically just another concentration character since I don't have enough capital to spend on mats to craft batches of potions and flasks. Because of that, should I get another tool with ingenuity? Personally, I still think running a multi-craft tool is better, even for a concentration build. Because if you get that proc, it's not like if you get a proc, if you've got a 1,000 gold profit margin on your concentration, if you get a proc, it's not getting you another 1,000 gold, it's getting you the full item and you're not paying any crafting cost on it. So if you're spending 4,000 gold on an item on mats and using concentration and selling it for 5,000, if you get a proc, it's not giving you the 1,000 gold profit, it's giving you the full 5,000 gold. Whereas if you get an ingenuity proc, you get all your ingenuity back, yeah. But you're only going to get recraft that again for another 1,000 gold if you see what I mean. So when the profit margins are really, really high, so let's say you have a profit margin, like right at the start of expansion, it's 100,000 gold, then all you care about is, yeah. Don't challenge me. Farming regions at the start of the new expansion will make you gold, period. How much you make solely based on how much effort you put into farming, in my opinion. Yeah. But if you spend that whole early access just going absolutely crazy with it, then you're gonna have a very good time. And then obviously because of the low token price at the start of the expansion as well, it's if I had to pay for my game time, that's exactly how I would do it. If I didn't know the sort of stuff I know and can make gold all the time. I would just literally, when everyone else is messing about with new dungeons and stuff like that, just, oh, great. Just spend that time making it so you don't have to farm again for the entire expansion, and then you can do what you want then, can't you? Void Walker gonna... I'm just going to run away because he's going to die. Farming eggs already nice and early. What, for the Christmas? Or is it actually for a quest? Did I actually remember correctly? You just stay dead for a minute. I've actually just got an upgrade as well. I thought we could make a crafting order and have the crafter use their arts security, but it seems that got fixed. Yeah. It got fixed and we found another way to get arts and security. They didn't really get much from it, really. All they did was get rid of a way that some people could have made sort of a lot of gold from it. Because you imagine it would be right at the start of the expansion, it would be really a really good setup to rush a crafter to be able to craft profession gear. And then not only can you craft that profession gear, but if you can sell your art and security to somebody in trade chat, then I imagine that would be quite profitable at the start of the expansion. Seeing as you can already make quite a lot just on the actual crafting itself. Like, I know if someone was selling in trade chat for a profession I was trying to push at the start of the expansion and they were offering to provide the art and security, I'd pay 250k for that. Easy, maybe even more. I would probably, to be fair, I probably would have paid even more this expansion than that. Yeah, so all it did is it made it so that we had to do the art and security farming ourselves. Oh, it's a bag. Found one bag. Come on. I'm getting that bag before somebody else gets it. Oh, come on, Void Walker. Really? What a crap tank. I tried making flasks, the one for mastery, and at the time there was no profit, or maybe 30, 50k or something, which couldn't compare with the 150, 300k range on the alloys, depending on the price there. The profit there I was getting was from putting 800 to 1 million in mats. Well, yeah, I mean, and it's not just a crap profit rate. It's you're so vulnerable to the market changing as well. Alchemy, you can make so much gold from alchemy, but it's just too competitive. I mean, like at the start of the expansion, if you saw some of my goal making at the start of the expansion when I was getting like 50% profit margin or 40% profit margin on rank 2 tempered potions when nobody was doing it. Like it was just crazy because they just sell so fast as well. But then the problem with alchemy is it's the same problem that enchanting has. Too many people get involved in it. But I killed 20 of these. You guy's gonna respawn on me. Get him ginned up. I got this Void Walker because I thought it would tank for me. Oh crap. As soon as I immolate, just pull aggro straight away. Oh, it's getting a bit close. Just gonna have to dot. I can't even immolate. I've been selling profane tinderboxes, put them on the auction house, and in about 5 minutes they sell out. Yeah. And the price on them is remaining very consistent as well. Nearly actually died then. Yeah, can you imagine what the price on the tinder boxes would be today if they'd never done that change? Somewhere safe, should be okay there. Use imp on these. Won't hold aggro. Okay, let's give it a go. I have got the points in the imp as well, so I just went to get the Void Walker to tank for me, and it can't tank out. So I'm just going to burn these down as fast as I can then. You're kidding me? Out of range. What? The imp can tank it, but the Void Walker can't. Craziness. What profession do you recommend if I'm only going to use one character? If you're playing the game as in a regular player and you're doing dungeons and all that sort of good stuff, then I would go. My first profession would always be an alchemy file setup that's basically going to massively increase the duration on your flasks, because the one thing that's better than making gold is saving it, and that will save you a load of gold over the expansion if it's a character that you're actually going to be actively playing, which I assume you are if you're talking about one character. Oh god, this is really... Guess I can't manage these level 15s very well. But it depends if you mean like in that sort of like setup whereby... I'm kidding, resist again. I'm going. Yeah, I'm going to stop killing these level 15s because I'm not having much luck with them. But if you mean like what you should do for making gold with just one character... Oh, someone killed him for me. Then it's hard because there's not much at the moment because all the professions super competitive, and you're not going to make that much from concentration on one character. I mean, it's not going to hurt having it set up. You can buy them in CAS from a vendor. Yeah, the tinder boxes you can use in the items, and that was the only reason the price actually went down. Right, I'm going to have to use the imp a bit longer. See what you're saying, but I need to get another shard now. I've not got a soul shard thing ever. So then I'll try the Void Walker again then. If I can find something crappy to kill. These are lower levels over it. I can kill these quite easy. Come on. Don't knock back. One. To be fair, I should be doing the quests around here anyway where the mobs are lower level, instead of trying to kill mobs at like so much higher level than me. I just want to make some passive gold, at least for the token, but I don't have much time to play. I mean, like the concentration setups are basically, that's what it is. It's a setup by which it barely takes any time and effort, but you need level 70s to do it. So if you've only got one level 70 plus character, then it's difficult to do it on enough scale that it's worth it for you. Because if you're not playing much, then you're not going to be able to do crafting professions enough that it's worth it, because the profit margins are just too thin. Well, this is miles better killing these mobs. If I only have 2 or 3, I still make good profit. What with the concentrations? I mean, yeah, I mean you can still make some decent gold from it for sure. But with like 1, 2, or 3, you might struggle to make enough for a token every month. How things currently are, at least, anyway. You can't make a lot of gold and not put in the time effort. That stage the expansion is over. Yeah. That's the problem. Like we said a couple of times already in the stream, it's people come to gold making too late into the expansion. Like a lot of the people that put the concentration builds together put them together when I made that set of videos. But if people had watched the first set of videos before the expansion had even released, that's when you really made the gold. That's the people that got really rich from it.
I got them backed.
And it looks like your void is not casting taunt. I see it's on auto cast, but it doesn't seem to be going on cooldown. Let me, if I, can I don't know if I can do this on classic. Can I? Oh, it went there. Maybe that was the issue then. Maybe that's why I kept it couldn't hold aggro just to an immolate. Use impon mechanical. Oh yeah, we did that. Where are you from? I'm from the UK. I just play on the US realms. Or I say I play on the US realms. I'm on every server, but I'm concentrating on the US realms at the moment. You'll have to kite the golem while you and your imp kill it. Oh, that sounds like it sounds like I should just do the quests up here that I should have done first. Yeah, he's taunting now, isn't he? Yeah, he's doing it on cooldown now. That's better. I don't know why it wasn't. That was a bit weird. You was right. I just noticed it. It just wasn't working at all. Yeah, let's just farm these lower level ones while we're. Could even probably, so much AFK time killing mobs with a warlock. Can even do mining and herbing at the same time. Yep, now working. Well, it's a 20-year-old game. Yeah. Yeah, tell me about it. I'm not going into a camp of 3 mobs. Oh, I need to kill these anyway. Yeah, my taunt on my Voidwalker, though, is not something that I don't want to not be working. I mean, whereabouts in the UK? I'm guessing Yorkshire because you said oat. Lol. I don't. I lived in Yorkshire for how long was it? How long was we in Yorkshire for?
4 years?
4 years, 5 years? Yeah, so we lived in Yorkshire for 4 or 5 years, but we don't live in Yorkshire. But we're not from Yorkshire, but we've obviously picked a lot of it up, and it's still not gone away. But we're not far from Yorkshire either. But we definitely don't normally speak Yorkie. It's just sort of just hanging on, and it just won't quite go away yet. And it does get pointed out to me quite frequently. I think I'm just going to turn the graphic settings back on because I don't think it's really helping on this. All right, you finished crafting finally. To be honest, I can't actually tell the difference, believe it or not, between minimum and max graphics on classic. While you're doing that, see if we can grab another node. We can grab a node every time we do a mob. Oh, we just got a bag. Sell that. That's about 3 silver. We just cast 2 spells and then wand as well. Go away. And I never really run out of mana then either. I need the meat from this guy. I'm not pulling aggro either. It's just... It's even lazier. I only have to press 2 buttons then. 2 abilities, shall I say. That, wand. Get some more ore. I couldn't possibly die paying this amount of attention. Same here. I sound like a redneck and I've lived in Arkansas for 13 years. Yeah, it just hangs on, doesn't it? But like the area I'm from, I'm from the area we're living now. That's where I've lived like almost all my life. I just went to live to another area for like those few years. And that accent just, even though we've been living back here now for what, over 2 years now, and the accent still won't, it still lingers. Yes, we'll have you as well. Yeah, I should never have gone so far south into Westfall to begin with. I should have just stayed around here. Finish these quests. Because this is just easy mode. Oh, there is 3 of them. I don't really want to take 3 on. Hey there, new here and just joined your Discord channel. Well, welcome, Mr. Draven. I hope you enjoy your time here. Have you just found me through YouTube live then? I'm curious more than anything. Right, what we're doing. I'm from Chesterfield, which technically counts as Derbyshire, but the accent is dialect. It's basically the same as Yorkshire. Yeah, it's it's literally just down the road from Sheffield, isn't it? So, and that's basically where we were living. And like you said, yeah, it's one of those things, isn't it? Do you think it's morally wrong to sell and the excess gold we earn K-check? I think it will get you banned. Like it's just not worth risking your account for, is it? Get on here. Grab that. This isn't bad actually, doing farming at the same time as playing Classic. It'd be even better if I was a rep paladin, because they basically just auto hit stuff, don't they, for 10 minutes per mob. Reselling item from vendor could be a good passive income. Yeah, I mean, if you just need to know what you're reselling, though, don't you? Some stuff's better than others. Born Scot, live in South Africa, moved back to UK, lived in Bradford for 6 years, moved back to South Africa, still have Scottish accent. Yeah, well, Scottish accent, it's a really strong accent. Like most accents are quite subtle, whereas Scottish, it's like a Scouse accent, isn't it? It's quite strong. No, it's not like the Scouse accent, but I mean it's quite strong like the Scouse accent. It's really funny. So if you guys have seen Welcome to Wrexham series with oh god, there's two mobs. I'm running away. I'm running. With what's he called again? Ryan Reynolds bought a football club in Wales, and they've got a Scouse player called Paul Mullen, and whenever he's talking, they always put subtitles on there, and that always just made me laugh. That he's speaking English, but because he's a Scouser, they have to put subtitles on. I found your channel while looking for goal making videos, as I tried and failed. Too late to the pie, I think, but I joined the Discord and someone said you were live streaming. Oh yeah. I'm not doing. I am doing bits of goal making. I am crafting some stuff. I am mining some stuff. This tends to be what my setup normally looks like. When I'm streaming, I'm normally running 4 accounts. When I'm not streaming, I can be running sort of up to 8 or 9. But we are playing some hardcore Classic as well, just because we're crafting, so we can do some other stuff in the background while we're at it. But yeah, like you said, it is what you're saying is correct. It is it's much harder with the goal making at the moment. Things are much more challenging than you know, they were a couple of months ago. Right, so I can do what? I've got 6,000 inks, so I can do 3,000 crafts. So if I'm going to buy 10,000 spears for now, to get me started. I will need more than that eventually. It's wrong. You can get crafting. It's fine. We're all good there. I got a queue for 2 hours crafting bolts. That sounds like you're not taking the advice of, you know, crafting small amounts and sell it for when the market crashes now. If you're crafting for 2 hours, that sounds like the opposite of that. Where's that? Should I still be trying to make out knowledge points on all professions, or should I concentrate on just a select few? What I suggest is you get a crafter, you concentrate on getting crafters to the point where they are as good as they can possibly be. What I call BIS, basically. So you have your profession tools all maxed out. You have the best all rank 5s, the right enchants. Some of these professions are even going to need sort of 2 profession tools, one resourcefulness, one on multi-craft, depending what you're doing. And you have all the nodes, like with inscription here, that increase your resourcefulness or multi-craft with whatever you want to craft. Once you got to that point, then you are the cheapest you can possibly be at crafting something. So then you should hopefully be able to make a profit. But what some people do is they're trying to do too many things at once. So you're trying to, if you're not making gold off one profession, then you don't want to be messing around trying to make gold off 10 professions. Just get one to the point where it can make gold. It doesn't have to be making gold all the time. Because like the video I did last week about level working. Sorry, I'm going to die. Right, let me you just sit down there for a minute. So sometimes things are not going to be profitable, and sometimes they are going to be profitable, and sometimes they'll be really profitable. But if you've got the character sat there that can craft it as best as it possibly can, then when it does get profitable, then you can take advantage of it. But if you try and if you're trying to do too many at once, and none of them are in that situation whereby they're the best they can possibly be, then you probably never got the opportunity to really make gold. So yeah, just focus on getting one as good as they can, the next one as good as they can. You can still chip away at the knowledge, of course. Right, you. But still, I mean, what we haven't spoken about since you came in is the concentration builds, which is what most people seem to be running to making their gold at the moment. And if you've got plenty of 70s, that's probably not a bad route to go down either. Rather than trying to sort of grind out really good crafting characters, concentration characters are just so much easier to set up. You drain. Pareto principle applied to your wild play type. I don't know what that means. Let me Google. Not going to bring me up anything dodgy on Google, is it? Also known as the 80-20 rule is that states 80% of outcomes come from 20% of causes. It's used the concept of identifying which initiatives to prioritize to make the most impacts. So 80% of your sales come from 20% of your clientels. 80% of your profits come from 20% of your services. Yeah, that sounds about right. But you just put it in a much more intelligent way than I would have done. Or used bigger words, should we say. It makes sense, but the tactic for crafting professions is horrible, so I worked on skinning, but that's only making 10k an hour now. Is that in group farms? It's 10k an hour. Oh, I forgot my buff again. Because skinning is the only profession that I don't think I've got at all, really. Everything else I've got pretty much as best as it could possibly be, really. I don't know. I probably just didn't keep up with skinning because I can't be bothered to do the weekly knowledge. It involves actually, killing mobs. Being wolf farm, yeah. If bee farm's down to 10k, that's depressing. Bee farm in the group is at 10k. That's 4 mobs. I'm not going there. Right. Oh, you're just taking them all the night, right? Fair enough. I'm sorry if I just killed that mage. To be fair, it's his fault. He chose to. He chose to sheep the one that was. Don't these reset? These tags reset. He chose to sheep the one that I'd put the Curse of Agony on, so that's fine. I'm probably going to get an angry whisper in a minute. That's fine. I got one of the quest items I needed, so. Urban mining, and I'm behind by 70 points in each, and I'm only making 10k an hour too. Just can't seem to get to 20k an hour mark. Yeah, but it's depressing, isn't it, where we're struggling to get to even 20k an hour. I want to try and do an hour properly of mining and herbing. Because my character's fully, pretty much about as good as you can get at the moment. I'm curious what I can get if I use buffs and stuff like that as well. Because obviously I've got a big advantage over you with the amount of knowledge points and stuff that I've got. Whether it'll even make that much of a difference. Oh, I need to kill these as well, apparently. I'm guessing there's something in here to loot. Inventory's full. Are you kidding me? Looking out of stone, it's only round the corner. Skin at least has good catch up. Well, it's definitely a lot faster than it's definitely a lot faster than mining and herbing, let's say. Right. Flask of oil. I don't need that. Don't need that. It's so annoying how it lets you sell quest items that I know aren't really quest items, but like half my bags full of quest items at the moment. So instead of doing a bunch of random stuff in WoW, focus on the actual good gold per hour returns. Yeah. Or if you're going to be doing the crap gold per hour stuff, at least make sure it's not stuff that you're actively putting effort in. Because I don't mind 10,000 gold an hour if I'm doing 10,000 gold an hour and if it's AFK on 4 accounts that I've got running or AFK on 8 accounts I've got running, then you don't care because you're not really putting any effort in. But if I'm mining or herbing, then I want more than 10k an hour. Right, how are we doing? We can just get this first batch of quests finished off. Just clear out the inventory a little bit, it'd be nice. Just like when you get upgraded and you're just basically instantly mining almost. And that's without using any sort of buffs or anything like that. Yeah, if I get these quests done as well and I do get a level, I should be able to do all that stuff a lot easier. So there's... Oh, you can kill the Harvest Watchers up here as well, apparently. All those mobs, because it's like a million quests here. At least it gives you your soul shard back anyway if you pet despawns. My kid wants to make 2 million before Christmas so he can buy the Bruta. What advice would you give a freshman with very limited professions? I'm trying to help him, but I fail to. Oh, like to do that in a month is really challenging at the moment because there's very little profession wise. The problem with professions is it costs you so much to set it up, which is fine when you're thinking, oh, I'm going to use this over the course of the whole expansion. But when you're thinking about, oh, I need this to pay itself back and make profit within a month, that's a much harder situation. And like you said, if you're only getting 10k an hour from mining and herbing, that's a lot of mining and herbing you need to do. Be able to get it back. And I think some of the problem is actually probably coming from the Brutasaur because so many people are trying to do it. So many people are like trying to make gold to buy it with gold. And that's probably where a lot of the competition is coming from in gold making at the moment. And a few people have, should we say, suggested that perhaps after January the 5th, that things might get a little bit easier. I know that didn't really help. But it's hard at the moment with the situation we've all got with gold making. It's just super competitive because everybody else is trying to do the same thing. Right. We just need one of these. What do we need? And then we need some Murloc eyes. If I go and get the Murloc eyes, that's going to clear out four items out of my inventory. And I assume the Murloc eyes are going to be down on the beach. Just keep farming these as well. Chipping away at this because that's saving another job for the week. Get that job done as well. That's fine. So now we just do need the Murloc eyes. What's this? Take that. Yeah, I assume we're on beach. Although it doesn't say it is. It says there's another quest. I don't want to pick up any more quests. Right, they're all dead. Right. Right, guys. I think it's 6 o'clock here. I think I need to eat. So I think we may have to leave it there for today. I didn't realise how late it got. We will have to pick this up on probably on Thursday. So if you're not on the Discord already, guys, it's in the pinned comment. You can join there. And that's where all our gold making discussion usually goes on outside of stream. And there's much better gold makers on there than I am that can potentially help you. Are you paying 4 WoW tokens per month on 4 different accounts? No, I'm paying 11 tokens per month on 11 different accounts. Basically, I'm just there's only 4 going there. So anyway, guys, yeah, that'll be it for today then. Thanks for coming again. And I shall see you all, probably not tomorrow. I think it'll be Thursday next time. But there will be a video coming out tomorrow about engineering. Right, guys, we shall see you then.